At Bendigo Bank, we like to help communities grow. We concentrate on delivering you great products and services.
I like you so very much. So much, in fact, I gotta wake you up. It's not that I have words.
Because we know that if you grow,
Wanna see you looking
the community will grow with you. At the Bendigo, it starts with you.
Good morning and welcome to the Geelong Cricket Show here on Channel 31, covering our great game in our great city. Sit back and relax because we're going to keep you well informed. Joining me at the table of knowledge this morning in 2009, first of all, Tim Mitchell, who is our leading man in covering both local cricket and in particular the Bellarine Peninsula Cricket Association. How are you, Tim?
Yeah, very good, Graham. Thanks for that. And how good is it to see some actual sun out? Summer has arrived. We're back and ready to kick off this second half of both the GCA and BPCA seasons. So looking very forward to all those competitions kicking off this weekend.
And our special guest this morning, well, last time he went to the wicket, yes, that was the result. But he is not a batsman. He is a bowler. And in fact, he is the leading bowler in the Division 2 of the Geelong Cricket Association. Bell Park's leading bowler, 33 wickets for the season. A welcome to Craig Bewley. How are you, mate?
Good, Graham. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Sorry about the duck call there, mate,
No,
but
that's okay.
you are a bowler, aren't you?
I am, yeah, definitely this year.
And you've had a very successful year, 149 overs, 50 maidens and taken 33 wickets at an average of about 9. You've had an outstanding season.
Yeah, the ball's coming out quite well, so it's probably the best I've bowled for a number of years. So I'd like a few more runs. I'd swap a few wickets for some runs. So
We'll be talking to Craig a little later in the show. Let's first of all turn our attention to the world of Premier Cricket because it's back on. And this weekend, today, they're starting this morning at 11 o'clock up there at the Melville Oval in Hamilton is the country round, where Geelong will take on the Footscray Edgewater in what should be a very important game. Geelong currently sitting in second position behind Ringwood. Yes, the same teams who played off for last year's grand final in Premier Cricket, holding down position number 1 and 2. Tim, it's going to be a long journey up there for Geelong, and I suppose the reports that we have through already is that the ground is in absolute magnificent condition. So it's going to be critical to see Geelong get runs on the board, which is something we haven't really had a long sort of feel for in the last few games.
No, I think when you look at Geelong's run scorers so far this season, I think Aaron Finch is the only one that's actually in the top 20, and he's only averaging a touch over 30, a little bit down on his stats last season, Graham. So hopefully, as you say, Geelong's run scorers can up themselves for this game at Hamilton. I think Dean Russ and Grant Lindsay, obviously an ex-Cat, also playing for Footscray this weekend. They're both in the top 4 run scorers in the Premier Cricket. So they're definitely going to need to get some runs on the board, Geelong, if they are going to get over the top of Footscray.
It certainly will be a good one, and yes, Grant Lindsay will. I remember last season when we played the game against Footscray Edgewater at Footscray Edgewater, Grant enjoyed his day with both with the bat and particularly the ball. So it'll be full on up at Hamilton. All the best to Geelong, and hopefully certainly maintaining second position, but maybe even creeping closer to that number 1 position on the ladder as we get into the last 5 rounds of Premier Cricket season. Turning our attention to the world of Bellarine Peninsula Cricket. Yes, they've got a big 2020 bash coming up in February. We'll keep you posted about that. They resume today in what is going to be round 9 on today, the 10th of January. And Tim, a very interesting round, and probably have to look at maybe Colindina and Janjuk, third playing 6th. A big chance for Janjuk to keep alive their finals chances.
Oh, certainly. I think it's a big chance for both teams. You look at Colindina sitting, I think, 3rd or 4th at the moment on the table, Graham. If they can take a win out of this game, it's really going to open the path for them to maybe take a top 2 spot and cement a home final, which is would be perfect for Colindina because they play on a pitch, one of those bouncier pitches. It's a lot different to a lot of the other pitches on the BPCA. So if they can cement a home final on a pitch that they're more used to than any other side in the BPCA, that'd be huge for Colindina. The key for Janjuk will be to get early wickets. We keep saying it about Colindina. They're the informed batting side in the BPCA. That's what's carried them in the first few weekends. So early wickets for Janjuk. We'll see them hopefully cement that top in the top 6 if you're a Sharks fan.
How much did JJ rely on Ian Ligo with the bat?
They have relied on him a little bit this year. Obviously, I think he got that 100 against Anglesea, which was really good for him. I think that's probably got him into a bit of form. He's got a few 20s and 30s since then. They need a couple of guys like Lyle Priest, some of the younger kids that went so well last year with the bat, to stand up. And if they can do that, then they will get close, I think, to Colandina this weekend.
Another big game, Drysdale, 5th position, take on 4th spot St Albans Breakwater. And in this game, both sides on 24 points, a must-win. Will Luke Maher do the job for Drysdale? Good morning, Luke.
I don't think he will. I think even though it's 4th versus 5th, I think there's a huge golfing class between these two sides. I think Drysdale played a few sides that they'd be expected to beat a week in, week out, sort of just before the Christmas break, and now they're coming up against a few tougher sides. I think they've got St Albans. They might even have Colandina after the break as well. It's going to really test Drysdale's mettle this weekend, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Murray was the person that stood up. He's had a pretty lean sort of trot with both bat and ball. I don't think he's done as well as he did last season before Christmas, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that stands up and leads St Albans to a big win.
Another game, position 8 and 9. Now, it sounds as if they're down the ladder in the 13-team competition in Wallington and Anglesea, but they're only a game outside that top 4. Will the bouncing Kangaroos make the line?
Oh, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Playing at Wallington, which is normally sort of a slower ground, the lush surface out there at Wallington. A score of maybe 160, I think, off their 40 overs might do the job for Anglesea. They've been in form with the bat. We keep talking about Darren Jacobs. He's been the star for Anglesea this season. He's got wickets and runs, the coach down that way. I think Anglesea, if they can win the toss and bat first, and as I said about maybe 160, 170, they'll really fancy their chances. But Wallington, you can never underestimate them. They've got the 3 wins at Christmas, and if they do claim a win, as you said, Graham, they'll be only a game out. It's really a test for both sides. Whichever side gets up, their finals hopes will still be alive, but the finals candle will be out for the side that loses at Wallington.
Well, Tim, before the Christmas break, you had a slight feeling that Barrable may be an outside chance to make the top 5, the top 6, but they come up against the number 1 team in the competition in this round, Bowen Heads, setting the pace out there on top. They're a game clear on 36 points. One would think that the boys from Bowen Heads would take a bit of shifting today.
Oh, certainly. I think there's plenty of guys in form with the bat for Bowen Heads. It's really been the key to their season. Mitchell Herbison making runs against Geelong West just before the Christmas break. Chris Welsford's in good touch, and him and Jason Mallett have combined for probably 200 or 300 plus partnerships opening the batting. So that's really been the key to setting up the Bowen Heads season. And it's going to be another tough test for Barrable. I think it is a danger game, though, for Bowen Heads. If they're complacent, then Barrable may be a chance. I keep saying that Barrable have the talent, but they really just haven't put it together, sitting 12th, although their finals chances are gone. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do claim a couple of wins that shape that top 6 come the end of the season.
And down at the bowl amongst the campers at the Queenscliff Recreation Reserve, we see the Cooters take on the Grubbers in what should also be a very interesting battle, although position-wise, 2 plays 10.
Well, I think before that last round, before Christmas, you would have said Queenscliff are definitely a shoe-in, but you would have said that against Newcombe as well, Graham. And then Newcombe went out and surprised them. I think Joseph Morangi made 47 odd out and carried Newcombe to that win. So it would not surprise again if Ocean Grove could get over the line. The one-day fixtures always throw up these sort of results. I think Queenscliff, the key to them is still everyone sort of contributing and getting both bat and ball together, and that's something that they've prided themselves on in the first half of the season. It's still sitting second. I wouldn't be surprised if Queenscliff claimed a big win this weekend. The key for Ocean Grove, they've got to find someone to get wickets. They've had David Bate making runs, but if Luke Hardiman can get himself back in the wickets, get a few of those top-order scalps, then Queenscliff might have a tough ask against Ocean Grove.
Geelong Cricket Show this Saturday morning. We'll take a break and be back with our special guest after this.
At Bendigo Bank, we like to help communities grow. We concentrate on delivering you great products and services.
I like you so very much. So much, in fact, I gotta wake you up. It's not that I have words.
Because we know that if you grow,
Wanna see you rugged.
the community will grow with you. At the Bendigo, it starts with you.